Our adventure started with a rather questionable decision to avoid the 4 lanes as we traveled to the Chateau de la Napoule, which is southwest of the Cannes airport. So it was a little bit harrowing going down this very narrow road that had 2-way traffic on it. This castle was destroyed several times since the 14th century. In the 19th century, it was turned into a glass factory. And there is evidence of that on the wall facing the water. Eventually, in 1918, it was purchased by wannabe artist Henry Clews and his wife Marie. Henry was wealthy, the wealthy son of a banker, and he wanted to be an artist. He and Marie purchased the castle and refurbished it into what we see more or less today. After Henry's death during World War II, his widow in 1951 formed a foundation which began the work of restoring this chateau and honoring Henry's memory as an artist. Originally, this castle was an actual defensive structure built in the 14th century, in the 1500s, by the Counts of Villeneuve. There are still parts of the fortifications that exist to this day, and they can be seen at each end of this beautiful courtyard, which I suppose should be considered a keep. Now it's been converted into gardens, and within the gardens are artwork. So many details are interesting on this structure. The downspouts with the carvings, and each of the pillars is unique. Each one has a unique sculpture in it. Henry worked a lot to build this and to put his own individual stamp on it. I take a look at the beach, and then I'll work my way up toward the front, or perhaps one would consider it the rear of the castle today, but when it faced the sea, it would have been considered the front. And along this wall, you'll see the remains of the glass factory that they used to keep people off, or birds off, or whatever, and it's way more attractive than this barbed wire that we also see on the wall. Henry had trouble being accepted as an artist. And as we go inside, we'll see examples of his artwork. And I have to admit, even though I'm not an artist and not a very good art critic, I have to say that some of the paintings on the walls attributed to Henry did look a little amateurish. But the sculptures, like the one behind the family photo here, they had a unique quality. And I think they were accepted a little more than his paintings. As we enter the salon, it's worth mentioning the carvings above and on the doors. The entrance to the castle into the residence says "Once Upon a Time." Elsewhere, it says "Myth, Mirth, and Mystery." And still in another door, it says "Save me, Marie, from the gynocrats, scientists, and Democrats." This was a jab at his sister Elsie Clews, an anthropologist, active feminist, and Henry's sister. And he resented her power, and as a chauvinist, he vented his frustration on the doors. The salon has a beautiful view of the Bay of Cannes. They call this the Gothic dining room, and I can see why. It looks very Gothic indeed. I'll try a little art myself as I take views of the Bay of Cannes through the various stains on the windows. Here in the studio, I'll let Henry's art speak for itself. Both Henry and his wife Elsie are buried in tombs within this tower. There are panels beneath the crypt that are half open, which indicate the spirits of both Henry and Marie pushed the stones out to find each other and escaped through a small window at the top of the tower.